Time now for the State of the Aquarium address. Your host, Paul. Brought to you this week by the Super Bowl champion New York Giants. Good evening, everybody. Paul here, live from New York once again. Doing some work on the 210. Thought I'd share it with you. We have new tenants in the tank. Yes, Fish Day is here. In case you were wondering what F Day stood for. Want to thank the nice and friendly people at Pets Warehouse in Carl Place, New York, for supplying me with some of the tenants of my new the 210. Picked up half a dozen gold angels that look absolutely amazing, and a pair of fancy guppies to sweeten the mix, help the tank get cycled up. I did add them about a week and a half ago, just to help get the tank cycled up and get everything set for the other new occupants of the tank, which I'm putting in tonight. There's the guppies. And I did put a whole bunch of the rest of the plants that I had up in the 65 gallon in the tank. That's some Proserpinaca palustris, some Crypparva, some assorted Crypwentii, bronze, green, red. You can already see some amazing growth on the Anubias, getting new roots. Pruned off a number of nice big chunks of Anubias from the mother plants in my 65 gallon to put here in the 210. And that is the Madagascar. That is one of the three Madagascar lace plants that I rescued from my 65 that were kind of scraggly. But look at them now. And they've grown at least 1.5 feet in the last week. They're just looking really gorgeous. But there's some of the gold angels. Like I said, pictures really don't do them justice. But they're kind of curious as to what's going on, because there's a siphon hose dangling in their tank. And they're wondering, I wonder what this is. As you can see, barely using clear tubing, so it's a little deceptive. But I got the drip line going. Doing a drip acclimation process for the angelfish that are in the bucket now, as you can see. I've got a pair of blacks, a pair of orange kois, a pair of Philippine blue ghosts, and a 4-pack of Philippine blue platinums, which are just absolutely gorgeous looking. And that is my cat Kronos, who, yes, those eyes just look absolutely amazing in spotlights. But Kronos, don't go in the bucket. Don't go. I told you not to go in the bucket. Hopefully that doesn't stress the angelfish out too much. But he'll be back. He always comes back. But as you can see, I've got a drip going of about 3-4 drips a second. One of the things about using a drip acclimation process is you got to take your time. You can't just like dump, the water in immediately. As you can see, I'm using a Penplex gang valve. You'd normally use them for spreading out your air stones, but you can also use it this way. It actually makes a very efficient flow control for doing a drip acclimation process like this. As you can see, doing about 3-4 drips a second, and let that go for about an hour until the volume of water, you basically want to get about a gallon or two of water from the main tank into the bucket to kind of balance out the water that they were shipped in, because most breeders will use a pH buffer like Tank Buddies to ship in, and it's generally not a good idea to mix the water, just because it'll affect the fish. And I'm not going to bore you guys with sitting here watching an hour's worth of video on just with the thing dripping into the bucket. So in a couple of seconds I'll be back with what happens next. And here we are back again. About an hour's lapsed, so I scooped the angelfish out with a nice soft net, and got them into the 210. They're getting adjusted now. One of the things that they also tell you is to keep the tank, try to keep as little light as possible in the tank. When you introduce new fish, especially if they've been sitting in pitch blackness for 3 days, 2-3 days, they're going to be stressed. They're going to be, blinking and, trying to get their eyes adjusted to the new, to the lighting and stuff like that. I did this, I scheduled this so that the lights will go out automatically at 8 o'clock my time, and so they'll spend the night in nice darkness to get acclimated, and then tomorrow morning when the lights turn back on, they'll be a little bit better adjusted. But for fish that just traveled over 1,000 plus miles and in pitch blackness for 3 days, they seem pretty relaxed. I'd be freaking out to tell you the truth, but if somebody kept me in a box for 3 days and pitch blackness with no food, and I think that would scare me more than the no food part. Not eating for 3 days, it scares me more than sitting in the darkness for 3 days. But at any rate, I digress. So they're mingling, and I got to tell you, folks, the platinums, saying that one right there in the center, that's one of the platinum angelfish I picked up. The one with the slight bluish tint and the stripes, that's one of the Philippine blue ghost clowns. Now, Angelfish USA, they have a lot of YouTube videos of their stock, and I highly encourage you to check them out at www.angelfishusa.com. I want to thank David and Lisa at angelfishusa.com for answering all the questions that I had last week when I was ordering them. But they're getting used to it. But I got to tell you, folks, the coloration of these fish is just awesome. And this is, again, they've been sitting in a box for 3 days and they still look amazing. I can't wait till they, have a chance to acclimate a little bit further, and by like Sunday they should be really, really, just popping. But that about wraps it up for me this month. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in contact with me at either Fish Tank TV or aquaticuniverse.com. But Paul here, signing off. Have a happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you again next month. Bye now.